Hello. So I decided to make this channel as a price action log for myself, um, to review my losses and really see them, see where I messed up at, where I can improve. And yeah, right now the plan is to spend 3 months on demo and then transition into a funded account. Um, so thank you for joining me on this journey. It's really a price action log for myself, but if other people can learn from me too, then that's also great. Today I'm going to be recapping my trade on CL paper trade, but yeah, like I said, I'm spending 3 months on demo, but I'm going to be recapping my trade. So going into the day, I had a my fault. I'm trying to get my hair done. If y'all can see that, whatever. Um, Going into the day, I had a bearish bias. So on Tuesday, price had this candle closure here that was pretty aggressive to the upside. So going into Wednesday, my bias was bullish. Took out previous day high, which I was expecting, and then we created a SMT here with a RB. So going into the next day, my bias is bearish, right? I'm bearish, right? So what did I want to see going into the day? What I wanted to see was this fair value gap here hold bearish, right? And then propel us to the lows, right? So going into our session, we were kind of above it here. Start at 8 o'clock, right? We were above this fair value gap here, and we displaced through it. So I said, okay, I don't like that reaction. I now switch my bias to bearish. I mean bullish, right? Because I would have liked to see a sweep of this and then go lower, right? So on the 15-minute, we had this fair value gap here, right? Because the 850 to 910 macro that I was eyeing really didn't provide me with much opportunity to go short. And I was hoping it would, but it didn't, right? This is what happened. We just kind of ranged. I guess we kind of pushed up a little bit. But my draw was actually this high here, right? Because on the 1 hour, it's the next possible high here, right? So this is my draw liquidity. On the 15 minutes, even cleaner. This is my draw liquidity for buys, right? So what I thought we might be able to see once we took this in the macro was like, all right, we'll come down here into this 15-minute, generate some liquidity, and then trade to the upside, right? So here is where the issue is. I never got displacement in this leg. I'll put my executions on the chart here so you can see. One of these trades, I'm disregarding them because I meant to put my stop lower, but it was acting weird. TradingView was acting weird. So I actually took this one here. And then I got out here because I saw how aggressively price was selling to my stop loss. But we were inside the macro, the 950 to 1010 macro. And we had SMT down here. But I never truly got that displacement I was looking for. I kind of FOMO'd into this move because my high was so far up here. But I also had a target of previous day high, right? This high here. So should have been aligning price with the external and internal and not have FOMO this. But the reason I don't like this trade is because we took external here, but then we come into internal and we sweep this, but I didn't wait for the sweep of internal, right? This ties into something that I'm going to be working on from now on, and I'm holding myself accountable. Definitely while making this video. Expectations. We come into the macro, and I'm expecting a move of price action, right? So if I'm expecting that move of price action, any fluctuations in price, I'm like FOMOing into it. And now it's easy to say like, oh yeah, this isn't displacement or this isn't, but in real time, it's just me not following my rules. Waiting for the internal sweep to then go higher, right? Because I have expectations of price. I have this idea of price, and it goes into what Justin Werlin talks about. Follow him if you know him. He's a trader on here as well. Of the need to make money, right? For traders, it's a need to make money. It's like an ego thing sometimes, and it also boils down to me like the need to make money, to see price move in such a way, like just aggressively move. And this isn't really like true aggression, but just kind of move and feel the need to be in a position is the need to make money, right? And that's something I have to work on because price never confirmed the move I was looking for, right? If I don't get a trade, great, I preserve capital. If I do get a trade, I'd rather it be A plus and I lose than a situation like this where it's not A plus and I lose, right? Because I can identify with what I did wrong. And then overall, my bearish bias ends up playing out. I'm gonna recap kind of where the trade would have been. So we violate this SMT here that we had here in the macro, and we have SMT at the highs here. I'll probably show RB here. So 9:15 makes the high. Well, here 9:15 does not make the high. 9 o'clock makes the high, right? So we got SMT here. And then we violate. When I say violate, I mean violate this 15-minute fair value gap, right? In the macro, all inside the macro. When we end the macro is when we close below it, right? So this leads me to believe that we are bearish, right? And you could target London low, which is this low here. Let me get rid of these lines on the chart. It's ugly. This is the ideal trade now. I don't know if I would have caught this, you know. I was bearish going into the day, but I didn't like what I was seeing in price action, but this is the ideal trade. Violate this 15-minute going into the macro. Once I see that, and we violate this one, I'm like, all right. I don't expect price to respect this one. So let's see. Going into the last macro of the session, because I traded till 11. Going into the last macro of the session that I trade in, the 10:50 to 11:10 macro. You can see inside the macro, we come into this fair value gap and sweep the high. This is my model. Now it's really fractal. You can place your stop. You can say price wouldn't really have a reason to come above here. We've already mitigated these fair value gaps up here. This one's kind of hard because you don't have really major structure, like on the 5-minute, like you don't have any fair value gaps here. So you kind of got to rely on the 1 minute. Like you have this one here, which does add more conviction to your bias, I guess, yeah. Because we tap into this and sell off, but then you can just target London low, 4R, right? But that's if you're on the right side of the market. Regardless, today, my execution was sloppy, right? Because I didn't wait for my model. Even if I had the wrong bias, my model never presented itself, so I would have never gotten a trade. And that's fine. So going into the next few days, I'm going to be waiting for price to actually confirm. Am I seeing the things in price that I need to see? Instead of projecting my expectations onto price with my bias? And if so, how can I position myself to take a trade? If not, do I need to reevaluate? Is my bias wrong? that's what I'll be focusing on going into tomorrow and the next week. Thank you.